What's going on, guys? It's Cimo. Today we're going to be cracking open a box of the brand new deck building set, Ancient Guardians. Oh boy, do I have a lot to say about this set. Now, to be fair, I've already said a lot. I've done like 3 separate videos about each of the archetypes. You can check those out for a more in-depth look at the cards specifically. But this set's a bit of a weird one. I mean, they have a lot of collector's rares in here, and actually collector's rares of some cards that people are actually very interested in, but at the same time, these archetypes are iffy, right? They feel like very balanced. I think there's like an FTK with the reptile one, but it's not very good. These galactic Gundam polar bears are actually like kind of cool. This pendulum archetype I think is god awful, but we're just gonna go ahead and crack open this set here and see what we can get. We're really fiending for those collector rares. I think that is the ultimate thing. I got a knife this time so people can stop complaining that I used a pen to butcher the wrapping last time, but you guys are probably wondering why I'm opening this, because I always tell you guys to buy the singles because that's always the best and most cost efficient way to buy your product, and it is. But to be fair, at the end of the day, I also want to support my local game store, We Play Games, here in Las Vegas, to make sure they stay open, especially through COVID, because otherwise we're not going to have anywhere to play after COVID is all said and done. But also, there are tons of people who just want to see someone else open packs without spending their money and doing it themselves. So to be fair, this one is for you guys, and that's why we do it. But if you guys are interested in buying any product yourself, be sure to use my affiliate links down in the description. Cimo5, for instance, give you 5% off your purchase, and just using the TCG Player affiliate link while you shop, it's absolutely free and directly supports the channel. So let's go ahead and dive right in. We've got 24 packs of the set to open. I'm primarily looking for the Galactic Gundam polar bears and the reptile cards. I really just want to get as few of the pendulum cards as humanly possible. And for the collector rare front, if we can get a Pankratops ideally or a Skullmeister, I think I'd be pretty happy with that. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. First up is Ursarctic Megabillus, Ayers Rock Sunrise reprint. It's really weird to see this in rare. This card's been like a super rare for so long. We also have a damage equals reptile luster pendulum. That's a, I mean, good reprint, I guess, but it's, you know, it's kind of been a while since luster pendulum was relevant. The Ogdoadic, I'm probably going to completely butcher it, but why did they stick with Abyss? I thought that was such a better name, but it's Origin, it's the field spell, it's terrible. We also have Ursarctic Megapolar. This is actually one of the better cards in the archetype, and there is Cursi the Ogdoadic Light. I think this is the one, let's see, this is the one that you can special summon a monster from their graveyard. Yes, okay, so this one isn't too bad. There's definitely some better cards we could be getting here, but definitely one of the okay cards. Oh wow, that's actually really bright with the lights. I'll try to move that out of the way. First pack down, we're gonna start with the right side. Let's see how well we can do here. So there is our first pendulum card. Oh boy, not happy to see that. There is Ogdoadic Calling. There is a Wavering Eyes. God, the memories and the horrors that brings back. Another one of the pendulum cards. A King of the Feral Imps. This is actually not a terrible card. It's actually pretty decent. The reprint of Evil Dragon Ananta. I remember when this archetype was first announced and people bought this card out because I think it came in like a premium pack and didn't have another reprint. Hilarious. And there is another Ogdoadic. It is Remnant. This one is also not too bad either. I believe that might be the one that searches for the spells and traps. It is level 4 and it's not the other one. So I think that's the one that searches spells and traps. Offerings to the Snake Deity is up next. That card's not too bad. It's basically an Icarus attack for reptiles. We have the another one of the pendulum cards. I don't care about those. Trade-ins in here, which is cool. I think trade-in actually also comes collector rare, which is nice for anyone who might play like a Blue Eyes deck. That's technically like the new highest rarity. We have, we have the Ursarctic Trap. We have Viper's Rebirth. This is actually a very good reptile spell because it's like a non-once per turn monster reborn, and this was another card that people were buying out initially, so that's really cool. Snake Rain, rip to all the people who bought Snake Rain because, yep, it's reprinted, but to be fair, it's also collector rare, so they made it cheaper and they made it more expensive at the same time. It's almost impressive when they do that. And then there is Sulfachord Elegance. They also changed the name on this archetype as well, but I like the artwork on that one. That one's kind of nice. All right, moving on along, we've got 2 of the Abyss monsters already down. There's a Viper's Rebirth. There is a Phenomenon. It'd be kind of cool to get a collector's rare Phenomenaga. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't really want it, but I would say it's like maybe the 3rd highest collector rare because, I mean, it's a classic. It's like a GX classic. There is Dinoster. I completely forget the name of that card. Light Serpent and Ignite Reload and Sulfachord Harmonia. No, we don't want the holos for that set. Oh my god, I'm not a fan of that archetype in the slightest. If you are, that's fantastic, but I just do not really like it. Skullmeister is a nice reprint. This is something I believe we've gotten already in common before though, but Skullmeister is actually a very played card at the moment and has been for the past several months. So this is actually a pretty nice reprint to have in here. One of the better cards. There's an Ignister Prominence. We have a counter trap for the pendulum stuff. The Ogdoadic Trap. We have the Wavering Eyes. Another one of these cards. and ooh, our first ultra rare, and is the boss monster, Ogdoabyss, the Ogdoadic Overlord. Again, I really wish like Abyss was the name of the archetype. So much better. I've always liked the artwork on this card, but again, this card just seems a little bit underpowered. But again, there's an FTK, so who knows? Maybe the archetype's broken. We'll have to see. I do not have much faith in it whatsoever. All right, looks like we're getting to some of the duplicates now on the rare front here. I don't think we got that one, but for the most part, a lot of these. Ooh, 2 Skullmeisters. Okay, not too bad. Oh my god, I saw Pankratops, and I thought this was the collector rare Pankratops for a second. Oh, that would have been nice, but you know, Pankratops. This is like the foolish burial goods of like 2020, 2021. Now, this card's been reprinted so many times. Ursarctic Megabillus. That's actually not a bad card. Hashtag Polar Bear Gundams in the comments for anyone looking to play that deck. Next up, King of the Feral Imps, another Ananta, a Viper's Rebirth, another Phenomenon, and another, oh, this is Megatanus. Megatanus isn't too bad. The Dinosaur Power, and a Sulfacord Cudia. I think that might be the Stratos for the deck, the one that can search another card. That one's like okay, but it's still whatever. Rise of the Snake Deity. God, does that bring back memories. Another Pendulum support card, another one of those. Pot of Riches, like probably one of the least played pot cards ever, but it's in here for some reason. I guess it's a Pendulum base set, so sure. Ayers Rock Sunrise, another Sulfacord Spell, and another Sulfacord super rare. Almost done with this right side here. Only a few packs left to go. I hope you guys are also enjoying the new setup as well. This is actually a lot easier to do openings. And I think the lighting is actually pretty clean. You guys can let me know down in the comments what you think. Light Serpent, Ignite, Reload. We have another Deity. We have another one of these. We have another one of these. We have another one of these. And oh my god. I mean, that one's like okay. That card's actually not too bad, but it is just, I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this. I could have just gotten my my collector rare Pankratops and just called it a day. There's a Magister Paladin. God, do you guys remember when these cards were like super relevant in the game? It's crazy how much the game has changed in such a short period of time. There's an Ursarctic Megabillus. Again, this card's okay. The Ursarctic cards are very interesting because they have this like really cool like combo element to them and can actually put up some reasonable boards. I wouldn't say they're like broken like most combo decks are. Third Skullmeister. This is actually cool. So I guess if you're looking to get this set, you're going to get a playset of Skullmeister. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, it's weird how the game just evolves so quickly now and how things have changed. Getting onto our holo on this side, and it's an Ursarctic Slider. Okay, this is actually, I believe, like their quick play Rhoda, so that's not bad. I think you, or actually, is that it? I'm not sure. There's one card where you like send a card and then you like add 2. That might be it, but I forget. We have Ignister Prominence. We have another Ursarctic. We have another Ursarctic, another Viper's Rebirth. Looks like we're getting playsets of all the rares, which you should in one of these sets. And there's an Ursarctic Departure. Oh, this is the Rhoda. I'm sorry. Discard a card, add 2 Ursarctic monsters from your deck to your hand, and if you tribute a monster to activate an Ursarctic monster's effect, except this turn the card was activated, you could banish this card from your graveyard instead. Cool card. Really like to see it. I'd like to get a playset of that for the Ursarctic archetype, but again, we're not holding our breath. Next side, 12 more packs to go. We're gonna blaze through the rest of these here because I think we've seen almost every single rare at this point. And there is our next ultra rare Ursarctic Grand Chariot. This card's actually not bad for the archetype. Again, it's kind of balanced, to be fair. Like, it's not the greatest, but it's okay. It's not like that bad. It's fine. Moving on along though. So that's our second ultra. I forget if there's how many ultras are supposed to be in a box, but that's our second. So if that's the case, we might just be done already here, and that would be kind of depressing. Okay, there we go. So we got a collector rare, and you can see by the way that the foil shimmers in the light here. Wow, I really love this light setup. This looks really good. Okay, collector rare trade-in. It wasn't the collector rare that I wanted, but this is probably like middle of the road. I think this is cool just because anyone who likes to play Blue Eyes or anything like that, they're going to want to have this in their deck because look how cool that looks. That is just sick. I love that. Nice pull. We'll put this one off to the side here because I think that one definitely deserves its own little spot. Actually, we'll put it, I guess we can put it right here because we don't really have anywhere else to put it. Only about 10 packs left, I believe. So that's the collector rare. I think we only get one of the, I don't even think we're guaranteed those a box. I think it's like 1 per 2 boxes. So if that's the case, that's not too bad. And my luck on these hasn't been the worst, but we'll see if we can finish strong here. There is a new. This is the one of the Rhodas, I should say, for the Abyss archetype here. This is the one that I believe searches monsters, if I recall. And I think the other one searches like spells and traps. But yeah, that one's definitely important. That's like one of the key starters of the deck. So that one's nice to get. Moving on along though, again, we've seen all these commons at this point, so it's not too bad. There's another copy of Sulfacord Elegance. We're blazing through it now, ladies and gentlemen. Once we've seen most of the set, there really isn't much else to do but to try to crack and get get some of those good cards towards the back. And it looks like we get another Karus. This is the one that allows you to special summon. So again, not too bad. I'd take that over the Sulfa Cord stuff any day, preferably. Moving on along here. Next up, we get another Sulfa Cord. Speak of the devil. I guess I should not have said anything because I think I jinxed myself. Next pack. See if it's anything good. Okay. So it's another one of the Ogdoadic cards. I mean, again, I'm happy to have these because I think that and the Ursarctic probably have the most potential out of everything in the set. But who knows? It's an open field right now. Anyone can come up with anything with these archetypes. And I'm curious to see what everyone does come up with because I think some of these archetypes have potential. But for what it seems like from the OCG, there hasn't been much, aside from what has come out of the FTK. But aside from that, we'll just have to see. Another copy of Snake Rain. Looks like we get a play set of those. There's our third ultra rare. So that is actually Amnesia, the Ogdoadic Queen. And this card's actually pretty good. This one is not bad at all. So really happy to get that. That's our third ultra. So I'm not sure if we're supposed to get 3 ultras or 4 per box, or if we just got lucky and got 3 ultras when we were supposed to get 2. I guess by the end of this, we should know for sure. And okay, it's the Water Lily. This card is actually, first of all, the artwork on this card is gorgeous. But second of all, this is basically like your Rhoda for the deck, the themed Rhoda. That card's pretty neat. I love the artwork on that card so much. 2 packs left, ladies and gentlemen. What are we going to get? Can we manage to magically get a second collector rare? That would be amazing. It doesn't look like it. We are going to get Aliert, the Ogdoadic Dark, and our last pack. If we're supposed to get 4 ultras, then this should be an ultra, but if not, I mean, we'll have to see. It's anything can happen. And doesn't look like it. So a 3 ultra box, that's interesting. I'm not sure if that's actually the pull rate or not. I guess we also did get the collector rare. So maybe the collector rare technically took up the spot of one of the ultra rares. But you know, this is a pretty good pull. I do have to say for the sets that have collector rares in them, I'm actually 2 for 2 now. So that's not bad. I guess it's okay. But at the same time, if you don't get this collector's rare, it's going to be difficult for you to make your money back. So just be careful if you do end up buying any cards. You may have a difficult time making your money back unless there is some absolutely huge big reason that this deck is competitively viable, such as the Abyss FDK, or someone figures out how to absolutely break the Ursarctic cards. But currently that just doesn't exist. This is why I always tell you guys to buy the singles, because that way you're spending the money you want on the cards you want. You're not gambling. You're not hoping you get something. Sure, you may get a card like a collector rare trade-in, but you could have just bought it in the first place, and that way you would have guaranteed that you got it. I guess I got all this other bulk, but you know, it's bulk, so don't get too excited. Again, I do have links down in the description to help you guys save more money. You get 5% off using Cimoooooooo on those links, and using TCG Player, you also just get to help support the channel for absolutely free. Doesn't cost you anything, and it helps out a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Be sure to like the video as always, subscribe to the channel for more amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content, and if you found this video entertaining, consider supporting me on Patreon for exclusive early one-day access to both the history of Yu-Gi-Oh and the Yu-Gi-Oh progression series. Thanks so much again, and we will see you next time.